welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Amanda and today I'm reviewing the Luxear produce storage containers. These containers are meant to store your fresh fruits and vegetables to keep them fresher longer and to keep them organized looking. I received these products complimentary for testing purposes and in exchange for a video review, so just want to be transparent about that as usual. And as always, I'll explain a little bit more about the product and then go into the pros and cons from my perspective. So let's go ahead and get into it. So this is a 3-piece set meant to store fruits and vegetables. These are 2 of the pieces and the other piece needs to be washed, so that is why I'm not showing it today. But there is so much to dive into and so many different features about these containers, so let's go ahead and get into it. First of all, it's BPA free. You can also wash and store your produce in here. It comes with strainers, which is really nice. So if I open this up, as you can see, there is this strainer piece here that you just place in the bottom right here, and basically you can put your produce in here and just start rinsing it in this container and then store it in here afterwards by putting the lid back on. How you rinse it is you can, put water in here and let it soak in water, or there is a drain at the bottom, so you can open this up right here and let the water run through while you're rinsing the produce. So I think that's a pretty cool feature. You also have a removable insert as well. In addition to the bottom strainer, you have this one, and it either folds out or folds in half. And basically you can put produce on the bottom layer, different produce on the top layer, so that you can split it up that way. Or you can fold this in half and then place it in the middle like this and have produce in this side and this section as well. So you can divide this container into 2 different ways, or leave the divider out completely so that it's just all one section. The lid also has vents, as you can see here, so you can either leave it open with the holes exposed or leave it closed so that there are no holes and air cannot really go through. As you can see, this lid is foldable, so you can open and access one section while leaving the other side closed, or you can completely take the whole lid off. So that's kind of a nice feature as well. Now, while the smallest container doesn't have a drain at the bottom, it basically comes in a strainer layout. So these 2 sections are strainers themselves, and you can put 2 different types of produce in here. We've used it for berries, or you could just leave the strainers out and just use it as a container like that. That's totally fine, but this allows you to use that strainer feature. You just have to kind of strain it outside of the container, and then once it's drained, you put it in the container to store. But this lid also has the foldable aspect as well, so if you're storing 2 different types of produce, you can access just the one side that you want to and leave the other side closed if you like. That was a pretty good overview of the product. I will now move into the pros from my perspective. I think that it makes me feel very organized and clean when I have these organizing my produce in the fridge, and it also makes it easier for me to use the produce that I have. I can visually see what I have, and I don't know if this is weird, but it encourages me to use the produce more that I have, since they're like in pretty organized containers. I also like that they're clear, and I like the colors that they come in. I would say they're pretty high quality. Like, you can tell the plastic is pretty thick. It is like really sturdy and thick in my opinion. I also like that you have a strainer and storage container all in one. It keeps the produce from touching the bottom and like getting all squished. It allows like air to flow through on all areas of the produce, which is really nice. I also like the options that the divider provides. Like, it provides some customizability, depending on the type of produce you have. I also like that you can like strain, rinse produce, store it, and then also pack it to go. Like, you can just simply like rinse and wash berries in here, put it in the fridge, and then, bring it on the go with you the next day. Okay, moving on to the cons. One of the cons is that, how this container and the middle container both have drains in the middle. Because it's not too curved at the bottom, I noticed that water has gotten stuck like on the edges of the container. It's kind of hard to drain the water because you're just kind of going back and forth trying to get the water through the little hole in the middle, and it's, kind of missing it all the time. So That's something that I wish like the drain was on the edge so that you could just easily pour it out on one side or like a corner or something like that. So that's something that kind of bothered me. So sometimes water would just kind of sit there and I can't get it out. Another thing that I don't love is that even though the lid opens up so that you can have half of it open, it doesn't stay open, and it also takes a bit of pressure to keep it open. So I wish it was a little more flexible so that it stayed open without using a hand. So sometimes you just kind of end up just taking the whole lid off. So I think it was a nice idea, but I wish it was a little bit more flexible there. I would also say that there are tiny little air holes right here in the middle of where the lid meets the container, so it's never airtight. Like even if you close up the air vents at the top, there's still a little pocket for air to escape or go in. So just keep that in mind. So like if you do pack these there and there's water in here, there's a potential for it to leak out these tiny little areas right here, but if you're not traveling, then it's probably not a big deal, just FYI. It's also not dishwasher safe or microwave safe. Honestly, I'm not going to microwave my produce, so that's not a big deal. But it would have been nice to have it be dishwasher safe. That would have been a nice feature, but these containers just don't have that. The last con I'll point out is that it is a little bit on the pricier side. It's 3 pieces for about $40 to $46 right now. But I will say that the quality is pretty good, so you know, you just kind of have to see whether it's worth it for you or not. Overall, I do enjoy using these containers. They make me feel organized, and I am more encouraged to wash my produce and eat it quickly. And they just look pretty when stored in the fridge, so I really like using these. I will leave the link in the description box below in case you're interested in purchasing them for yourself. I hope this video helped you. If it did, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe for more video reviews like this. I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!